Joyce. My name is Anderson Kumpolota. I work with Care International in Malawi as an assistant project manager. The project I am managing is those partnerships in addressing gender in education, and we are primarily trying to reduce incidences of gender-based violence because we believe these are obstacles and barriers to girls' access to quality education. So I came here at the conference to present a paper on behalf of my colleagues, which was co-authored by myself, Victoria Machakairi from Care Canada, and Kaya Ambrose again from Care Canada. The paper was about the working collaboratively with different partners to address gender-based violence in Malawian schools in one of the districts in the central region of Malawi. The district is called Kasungu. So the paper examined the extent of gender-based violence in schools among boys and girls, and to what extent the violence affect girls' access to quality basic education. So basically what we did here was to represent the findings of the paper and the study, which was a baseline. So there were four key issues that I said about the paper. We had to do with the prevalence of violence among boys and girls, and primarily it was high among girls. And that's the second issue was to do with where this violence takes place. So we looked at the home, the school, and the way to school and from school. So the paper also found out that there was more violence within the school compound than at home. Then the third issue was to do with the reporting systems or monitoring and reporting violence. We found that 50% of the violence that happened to girls is not reported because girls are afraid of being reprimanded and afraid of maybe the teachers. Sometimes they intimidate them that if they report, they will be denied access to their class, but also being failed in the examinations. And the fourth issue was in terms of violence making the schooling unsafe. So again, we found out from the study that more than 24% of both boys and girls were afraid or felt unsafe to go to school because of violence. And actually, it was high among girls. It was 67% of girls who said they felt unsafe. So, in view of these findings in four areas, we designed a project which we are implementing. That's the project called Partnership for Addressing Gender in Education. So, we are addressing issues of empowering girls. So, the girls, they become more assertive, they have confidence, and they are able to report these issues. We are also putting in place monitoring and reporting mechanisms which are more victim friendly, so the girls are not afraid to report, they are able to report. We are also working in partnership with different, apart from girls, we're also working in partnership with the school management committees and PTA boards, also so that they mobilize the community to make sure that they make the learning environment friendly. And we're also working in partnership with the teachers, so that teachers, they are able to understand child rights issues, and they are able to adhere to the teacher code of conduct, which promote teachers delivering teaching with gender sensitivity. And also, finally, we were looking at working in partnership with different sectors like the police and health, so that collaboratively, we are putting in place reform mechanisms that if girls are facing violence, they can go to police, they can go to hospitals, and they get the support. And on top of this, we are working also in advocacy with different partners. And these partners include those to do with quality education. We are talking about the civil society coalition in our nation, which works in that. I also working with networks. And finally, I would also to make sure that our partnership goes also beyond just maybe collaborative. We also work in terms of implementation. We work with FAWEMA and other local NGOs who also implement using different approaches in terms of putting in place mother groups which can promote girls' participation in different places.
Thank you so much, Anderson. My name is Joyce Chitsulo. I work for Forum for African Women Educationalists, Malawi chapter. I came to this conference as a participant, and a lot of things that I've really learned through the papers presented. Like Anderson said, there have been a number of papers that have been presented, and what we have learned is that there are still gaps that are still there for us to achieve our goal by 2015. So we learned a lot, and some of the things, the major thing that we learned in our stream is concerning violence, that there's still violence in schools, and this also range from sexual, psychological, sometimes even physical. So what we have done in our streams through our group discussions and through the papers presented, we're trying to identify some of the gaps that are still there, and then find some other solutions, alternatives, so that we achieve our goals. And it has been really a very nice conference. Like it has opened us to see how the other countries are doing and what other initiatives or interventions are doing that have been workable. And we have learned a lot from that, and that we're also going to implement in our country, Malawi, so that we also close the gaps that are still there regarding girl-child education. So what we are doing now is like coming up with some country plans. What is it that we are going to do as UNGE in our countries? What the interventions that we are going to take? What other commitments is government going to make in terms of promotion of the girl-child education? Since we only have like 5 years to go to 2015, so we are really working hard to put up together some other plans and initiatives that we need to do to make sure that violence in schools is eliminated, especially for the girl child.